So really quickly, I just want to talk to you about the importance of training and education when it comes to your personal safety and identifying things in your environment that you did not know were there previously. Now, often people will say, I can identify criminal behavior. I don't need a course to teach me how to identify criminal behavior. But my challenge to you is that you're probably wrong. You know how to identify criminal behavior once it's become obvious or criminal behavior. The goal is not to identify something once it becomes dangerous. The goal is to be able to identify something before it becomes a threat to your health or well-being. So what I want you to do right now, if you have the email, I want you to look at that FedEx logo you were given. Now, if you're looking at this video from something outside of the email, outside of one of our courses, then just pull up the FedEx logo for the company FedEx, the delivery package company. Now, I want you to look at that logo, and I want to ask you, have you ever noticed that there is an arrow between the E and the X in FedEx? Go ahead and take a look and see the arrow. Now, I want you to look at the E and realize that there's a spoon inside of the E. Crazy. Now, I challenge you to ever look at that logo and not see the spoon and the arrow inside of the FedEx logo. It'll be much more obvious to you every single time that you see the FedEx logo, whether it's on a truck, a bench, an airplane, TV, regardless, a package, you're always going to be able to see that arrow and that spoon. And the same thing goes for criminal behavior, or what I like to call potentially harmful behavior, because criminal behavior is once it really becomes a threat to our well-being. That's definitely harmful behavior. But potentially harmful behavior is being capable of identifying, or is the behaviors that are possibly indicative of criminalistic behavior and intent, but have not yet crossed that threshold. And so the first and foremost, the most important thing you need to learn is how to identify that behavior before it becomes a threat. And that is the importance of training, is being able to build and develop new neural connections in the brain so that you can identify things much more readily, much more easily. And once you begin to do these things repetitively and you begin to identify these things repetitively, it then goes into the subconscious. We'll talk much more about that later and how things get programmed into our subconscious. But think of it as you're driving, you space out, and all of a sudden you're at your destination. The exact same thing happens when it comes to your personal safety. We could begin to program that subconscious through repetition, through proper education and training, in order for you to have a much more safe, freer, joyous lifestyle, that you're just capable of identifying things that could harm you much more easily. You avoid them, and then you learn how to ultimately deal with them or neutralize them if you're ever confronted with them. So anyways, really excited for you to attend our next upcoming event. I hope you got something out of this. This is how we build new brain cells and build new neural connections in the brain, is by having proper training and identification of what it is we're looking for. All right, everyone, see you soon.